We expect our law enforcement to protect us, but who is protecting them?
The number of officers who don't have what they need may surprise you. As our calling Chen tells us, they're asking all of us, what's a life worth? The Association of Police Chiefs tell us 40% of all city police departments cannot afford to buy their own bulletproof vests. Out of our 77 sheriff's departments, the overwhelming majority have to depend on grants. That usually only covers half the cost, and they aren't always available.
I wouldn't wish anybody to have to go through the grief that we went through, that we're going through now, and probably will for years to come.
There is a pain behind Seminole County Sheriff Shannon Smith's eyes.
I don't know how to explain what you feel.
The moments his two deputies, his family, were shot to death on a call are nightmares he can't shake.
Every day, at least once a day.
Neither Captain Marvin Williams or Deputy Chase Wyperd were wearing bulletproof vests that July day they were ambushed. They would have, but
budgets just don't allow for this type of safety equipment. It's just too expensive.
It's a problem a young officer in Porter, town of 550, knows personally and fears personally too.
They don't generate enough revenue to actually be able to purchase each officer a $500, $600, $700 bullet-resistant vest.
And so when James Renfro walks the streets, he walks without the insurance he needs.
It's a matter of life or death. I mean, I've never been a part of something like this that is literally a matter of life and death.
Travis Yates, a Tulsa officer, is part of an effort that will be his legacy. He shares it with a lieutenant 600 miles away.
The ones on this table and the ones on this table are ready to be shipped.
Clint Wreck in Alabama, where hundreds of vests sit in a warehouse just waiting to save a life.
And then when the officer receives it, it's cleaned, it's washed, it's ready to go, ready to wear.
It's part of their bulletproof vest exchange called the Armor of God Project.
And we've had departments tell us, well, we burn our vest or we turn vest into tires. Those departments need to say, we've got to help others.
A bulletproof vest costs anywhere from $500 to thousands of dollars. Yet departments that are lucky enough to have funding for vests have to get rid of them after the 5-year warranty expires.
Everybody's worried about liability in this country, and we've got officers working here without vests.
The Armor of God Project collects the vests that would otherwise be thrown away and gives them to guys like Officer Renfro, who has no qualms about taking a hand-me-down. It's more protection than he's ever had or will.
Thank you all so much.
Thanks, Jen.
It really does make me thankful. You know, they are giving me a chance to come home to my family every single night, no matter what happens.
And the chance to fight for life is very real. 2 lives have already been saved by the project that is still in its infancy.
I would say about 70% of the vests that are given to us are in better shape, if not the same shape, as the vest I wear every day.
Without the Armor of God Project, small departments have to rely on grants to get vests, as was the case with Seminole County. They'd been approved, their deputies had been measured, but the money just didn't arrive in time.
If we could have got it the day of, you know, it may have been different.
The vests have finally come, but Sheriff Smith won't forget how he wishes the funding was there in the very first place.
A bulletproof vest, I'd say it costs $702. That's a lot of money. But what somebody's life worth, it's worth a whole lot more than $702.
And Sheriff Smith says it's unclear if a vest would actually have saved his deputies, but now we'll never know. With the economy the way it is, funding levels are not likely to increase. Some communities have gathered together to pay for their department's vests through fundraisers. As for the Armor of God Project, they are nonprofit and charge nothing, but they do rely on donations. The details are on news9.com. Amy?
All right, thank you, Colleen. And Armor of God actually started helping law enforcement in the Philippines before organizers realized that so many officers in our own country are going unprotected. Any officer that gets a vest from the program does have to sign a liability waiver.